they don't care because there's such big money involved in this, and I guess they don't consider those things important. They don't consider anything important. If they don't consider a charity that works for, cancer kids important, then I don't see what they consider important. Anyway, my point is to think neutral thoughts, because you're not going to win an argument. You're not going to win an argument. I want to say this. They don't consider this a battle. They don't consider this a war between you and them. They consider this, they can do whatever they, this is they don't say it. I have no idea what it is in their head. I would say satanic sacrifice. Like, if you ask me what are they doing, I'd say it's a satanic ritual that they're getting off on, and they're using high technology and getting money for it, and they're enjoying the ritual rape, the trauma-based mind control and trauma-based physical rape of all this, of the microwaves. That's what I would say. To them, it's like, I have no idea, but I know they don't consider it some kind of fight. They consider you to be trapped, and they're just torturing you and wearing you down, and don't consider you to have rights even to live. To us, it's a war. To us, it's a war. To them, it's not a war with you. They're not at war with you. You could be a rat for all they care. And you are. We are just vermin to them. It is like a Nazi kind of Jew situation, but only worse. In American society. This is happening in American society. They don't consider this any kind of you can fight back. They make fun of me. I'm like, well, this is a war. Y'all are attacking my family. This is war. I am at war with y'all. You are my mortal enemies. And they just treat it like a joke because, they can just do anything they want. They have this high-powered, high technology that, nobody knows about, and nobody is, the police can't help us. People higher up in legislature, judges, lawyers, they can't help us too much right now with this. So these people, they see everybody getting away with it, and they think they're just going to do this forever, and they laugh at us for even trying. For us, it's a war. It is a war. We are being, our families are being hurt, invaded. I'm kind of having trouble coming to certain words, but they don't consider this a war. They consider this, they can do whatever they want to you, and you can't do anything, and it's laughable if you even try. So to make it hard on them it's a win. To stick as many wrenches in their gears as you can, those are wins. And we'll make big wins later, but those things will buy you time. Defending your body, defending your mind, and you can do that by neutralizing. You have to neutralize a cycle, because if you're sitting there constantly, they're reacting to your thoughts, and you're like, oh well, no, because I'm thinking this. It doesn't work. It's not going to work. I've done that for a long time, and I'll have certain periods where I just don't think anything. I think about what I'm doing, and you try and do that. But if you can't do that, it's good to have a fallback where it's like if your brain has to respond to that stimulus that's usually communication that now is used as a weapon against you, to say no response, to have something that your mind can reactively be reactive neutralization, instead of just nothing, because it's impossible for your visual cortex and your brain to just do nothing sometimes. You can sometimes pull it off where you're like, I'm at peace, meditation. Those are great things. They work. I do those things where it's just like I don't think anything about what they're saying. I just let it happen, and I think about what I need to do, and I just ignore. Ignoring is also good. When ignoring fails is what I'm talking about. When ignoring fails, then go to, no response. If you have to react to it, have that second level of, no response. All right, I've spent 20 minutes on that, guys, and that was supposed to be really short. You see where I'm at. You see what these people do to me. My next thing is last night. If you are having trouble with V2K, I've got a great thing for you. I've talked about the frequencies, like alpha frequencies. Alpha frequencies work really good for me. Pure alpha frequencies. You can try beta frequencies, theta frequencies if you want to go to sleep. You can try binaural beats of any kind, scatter frequency. There's a target individual scatter frequency. Last night I found something more effective than any of those for me, which is dubstep. I listened to it before all this started. I used to listen to a lot of dubstep. Really liked it. If you get some earbuds and you start listening to dubstep, now this one's kind of, it's a little bit harder because I know some older people, you might not be able to take dubstep. It might be even worse than listening to the V2K. But for you younger guys out there, listen to dubstep. I was listening to violin dubstep. Violin dubstep is really good. I just had goosebumps. It was really, it was really cutting into that frequency. It was unentraining my brain. So dubstep, and I couldn't hear any of the V2K while I was listening to dubstep. And I have to say, maybe some older people try out some of maybe the milder dubstep. I'm gonna put a couple of good links to some YouTube channels with some good dubstep that really worked. I didn't hear any V2K. Like, it was hard for them to get anything that I could hear while I was listening to dubstep, and I was just playing video games and listening to dubstep for a while, and it was very enjoyable. Very enjoyable. It drowned it out. So I'm gonna quickly say that dubstep really works for that. Did I have something else that I wanted to talk about this morning? I don't think so. Yesterday, I don't know. I made two videos trying to kind of talk about this stuff, and I erased them. I'm at that point where I'm just like, I want to do more. I want to do more. I hope I didn't miss anything in this video. I'm probably going to cut it off at 30 minutes and go ahead to the office. That looks really bad, huh? That's like right on the nose. But I'm chugging along, hoping that we can end this soon, that we can protest, we can get some of that set up. I am gonna finish my workout at the Cherry. I'm gonna try and finish strong, and then once I'm out of there, I don't really want to just get out of there because it's adding money that I can use for my life. But then again, I don't have a life because of this. I go home from work and I don't go hang out with friends or anything like that. Taking that little cut and pay and using some of my disability and really fighting this, maybe figuring out some kind of idea, working on ideas especially for this. I've had a couple of good ones. I'm still doing the YouTube campaign. I'm going to other channels and talking about us, telling them to come, to look up these things, organized gang stalking and target individuals. So I'm still doing that. David Boyd is still on his walk. James Shin is doing his cross-country trip. The Humanity Warriors are still battling in Los Angeles in their peaceful ways. The conference calls are still going strong. People, passing back and forth ideas. More target individuals making videos. The New York Times having to come out with kind of articles about us. It's going to spread if the New York Times is picking it up. Other papers might pick it up and they might actually do justice to it. They might actually do research and find out about stuff. So at any moment, any of these things, a breakthrough could be made. Right now, it's there. The mainstream media is able to kind of do damage control, because we got powerful forces at work here, trying to keep all this kind of shut down and under wraps for national security, which is to do these horrible draconian things for more fear and more control in our society. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I do try and make these videos more PC, which I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm not speaking to like a huge audience. So y'all might see me speaking a little bit more freely about this stuff, because it is for sure to damage our society. It is to create shootings or bad things in our society. It is to do that, and it is to push agendas. It has a lot of other uses. Or a lot of other, I wouldn't consider them uses, because they're not useful to me. I'm a peaceful person. You can go make money. My philosophy in my family is you help somebody out and you make money, or you give money and you're helped out, and then there's a business deal that everybody can prosper from, and then everybody prospers. These people with this technology, somebody definitely has to lose, and with the high technology they have, a lot of people have to lose for a few people to gain, and that's just not my life. And I will die fighting for a life where, and that's even, they got me caught up in that, because I don't want to be in any kind of embroiled, this person has to lose. Like this guy, he does. He's gonna get a lot of money for a while, and you know what? If the program stops, it's like he'll go away with his money, and never the wiser. But if the program stops, then I'll have an easier way to get him into court. If people do understand this technology, I can maybe go after my main organizer legally. So he's trying to stop that by eliminating me. Either hurt me so bad mentally that it's just like nobody would ever believe me, even if the program did get stopped, or ending my life. I'm gonna stop kind of pussyfooting around that too, guys. These people could kill me if I took off all my defenses. They could kill me. They could kill me in a night, and they would at this point. He doesn't care about what my family would see. He doesn't care how much it hurt my family and others. He doesn't care about who I can affect positively in life. He wants his false flag done. He doesn't care who I am. He just doesn't have any morals. He just doesn't have them. He has a different set of morals, and it's a chasm in our society. The things that I believe, that I was brought up to believe, are so vastly different from what this man believes and what a lot of people believe who get involved in this program. And I know there are lunkheads in this program, but there are people who have very, very twisted philosophies, almost a religion. I wouldn't call it a religion, I would call it a cult. And it revolves around money and weird rituals and stuff like that. And that does exist. It's very different from Christianity. The Christianity that I know, you help people. You can make money doing that too. You can help a lot of people. My mom and my dad have showed me. My dad built a business that was $10 million, right off the farm in a couple of years, worked for Xerox, and then built a big business, $10 million, sold that, then invested in other businesses, helped his community, helped other businesses, and made a lot of money from it. We lost a lot of money in the stock market. My family did. My mom, all of her life, she owned a clothing store, worked for Red Cross, works for charities now, things like that. And she's helped people and made money from it. And so that's what I've been taught. I've been taught you help people, those in need, and you can spin it to make money from it. Now this, I